My name is Dr. the Governor of Busia. I just want to join my colleagues of the Basic Economic Bloc, and we are leading the agricultural pillar, and we want to assure you that we are doing to make sure that the region, the food basket for this country, we want the best practices, both in irrigation and also rain-fed agriculture. You are aware, most of you, that we have had challenges with the rain, but we believe we have got a lot of potential to do irrigation and produce food, not just for consumption, but also for economic purposes. In Busia, I think we have decided that we are going to put a lot of emphasis on producing food that can be value added to give us edible oils, and that is simsim, groundnuts, sunflower, soybean, and even cotton, revival of cotton. And I also tend to believe that as a Lake Basin Economic Bloc, we should up our rice production. This country is still importing a lot of rice, and I believe that in the country we have got one of the highest potential to produce rice. It's not right that we should be importing rice at this time, because even if you look at the Lake Basin, it was developed to produce rice and to uplift the economic well-being of this region. So it's a potential that is there. On the side of blue economy, again, I believe that for the inland economy, the Lake Basin Economic Bloc should be the champions. I was telling our chair here, Governor Nyang'o, that sometimes it pains me a lot to see that something that we used to think it was a joke, it is happening that we are getting farmed fish from China, and yet we should be the ones doing aquaculture, cane production, to export fish in Africa, and maybe even what we used to do before when we were exporting fish to Europe. Those are some of the challenges that we see, and I cannot go off this stage by saying that I'm also an ambassador for menstrual health, hygiene within the economic bloc region. Asanteni, makofi hiyo inafaa iwe zaidi kidogo. Because those who don't know the impact of menstrual hygiene, I mean its impact on our socio-economic activities, it has a lot of negative impact if we don't address it properly and bring it to the fore in terms of allocating resources and even passing knowledge. So I also take this opportunity to thank some of our partners. You said, but I believe all of us should be partners in that area. Otherwise, asanteni sana. I want also to thank finally Madam Rebecca for the devolution. Yes, I'm just thanking you as a PS for devolution. Yeah. Terry, sorry. Terry, I'm mixing you up with the other, you know the other. So I just want to thank you, and I believe your being here is a testimony of what some of us think, that both levels of government must work together to be able to serve our people. Thank you. We'll have opportunity to speak more. Karibu, engineer, not engineer again. Oh. CPA, FCPA, Karibu.
Yeah, thank you. Allow me to adopt all the protocols by my predecessors. My name is FCPA Fernandez Baraza, Governor of Kakamega County. I just want to confirm our commitment to Elred. Yesterday, I chaired a very good session on the challenges and opportunities in the sugar sector. And I know at the end of this conference, we are going to have some very clear way forward on how we can support our sugar sector. In line with the theme of this summit, which is focusing on the partnership for sustainable development, I want to call upon all the stakeholders here to come and adopt Kakamega Forest. Kakamega Forest is one of the only existing indigenous forests in East and Central Africa. We have set a program of fencing that forest as one way of responding to climate action. 2 weeks ago, we had a partnership with the Japanese embassy through a UNDP, where we fenced 20 kilometers of the forest. We are now having another 117 kilometers to go of the forest. I know this will go a long way in supporting our region, especially with regard to our response to climate action. I want to thank you very much and looking forward to networking with you so that we can push the agenda of the Lake Region Economic Bloc forward. Thank you very much.
Thank you, the Chair of LREP, Professor Nyang' Nyong'o, with your able Vice Chair, Speaker Emeritus Ken Lusaka, all my colleagues, the governors, and all those who are in attendance, good afternoon. My name is James Orengo, Governor Siaya. Siaya is a county of legends and heroes, and a county of standards, as you were told earlier. We lead in the education pillar. And by the way, if you're in Siaya, you're not allowed to throw any stones. If you throw a stone, it's likely to land on the head of a professor. You can throw them in Kisumu because Professor Nyang knows how to avoid stones. We'll have opportunity to talk about the subjects and the issues that you're going to deal with in the course of the day, today and tomorrow. But I just want to express again our commitment to LREP as a county, and also to let you know that Siaya is a county of many rivers, many lakes. We don't just have Lake Victoria. We have one of the biggest ones in the country, which we share with Busia. And in the lake, we have many islands. And the most pristine part of the lake is actually found in Siaya. Just one day, take a sail from CO Port to the border of Tanzania, and you'll find that the most pristine part of the lake is actually in Siaya. And therefore we take questions to the blue economy very, 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 very seriously. But I don't want to say anything more. I'll come back here later and say all that I need to say. Just to remind you that Monday is a public holiday. Thank you.
So you see it reminded. I'd like to recognize some of our colleagues who are here. Governor Orengo is coming back after lunch to speak to us on a very important issue on opening new frontiers, I think, mining and mineral resources in the region. So, our hidden treasure. So, you'll hear him again. In the meantime, I'd like to recognize Dr. Konyango. Dr. Konyango, where are you? There he is. He's the Director of Urban Development in the Ministry of Housing, Urban Affairs, and all that, isn't it? Secondly, I would also like to recognize Engineer Benjamin Bienga. Where is Engineer? Nyaterewu. Utienao. Thank you very much, Engineer. Engineer is representing, both of them are representing the peers in the Housing and Urban Development Department. Our friend Charles Singer. You know, Charles Singer has been with us for a long time, and I'm sure you all know him. He sends his greetings through these two gentlemen here. Now I'm ruling by decree. First, we are going to have that documentary that we didn't have. After that documentary, which is only less than 10 minutes, I will dismiss you to go for lunch for half an hour.
Lunch is served here, so you are not traveling anywhere. Half an hour is enough for you to eat a light lunch. Don't eat very heavily, because there will be dinner. The world is not coming to an end. Makofi kwangu basi. So we'll have a documentary. We'll go for lunch for half an hour and come back here. During lunch, in case you are adventurous, go to the booths and see what you can. So we want to make use of that half an hour in a very productive way. When you are at war, as we are, the region economic bloc, you have to behave like a warrior.